6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says Chashma 5 nuclear power plant is a great step forward to boost economic cooperation between Pakistan and China. Foreign ministers and his Greece counterpart in a telephonic conversation have agreed to work closely for identification and repatriation of retrieved bodies. Pakistan and Russia at bilateral consultation in Islamabad today agreed to further fortify ties. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian state terrorism forced over 40,000 people to abandon their homes during the last 34 years. Israeli forces have martyred 3 more Palestinians during a raid in occupied West Bank. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced schedule of 2-match test series against Sri Lanka. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif says the signing of Memorandum of Understanding for 1200 megawatt Chashma 5 nuclear power plant is a great step forward in promotion of economic cooperation between Pakistan and China. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Islamabad today, he said work on the project will be started without any further delay. He said under a difficult economic situation, Pakistan is up again for an investment of $4.8 billion from China in this project, which sends message that Pakistan is a place where Chinese companies and investors continue to show their trust and faith. He said the Chinese companies gave concession of $30 billion to Pakistan in the 2 phases in implementation of this project. He said when Pakistan is faced with economic challenges and we are also engaged with IMF to finalize 9th review, China once again came to our help. Shehbaz Sharif also lauded brotherly countries Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates and Qatar for extending help to Pakistan. The Prime Minister said we are deeply obliged to President Xi Jinping and Chinese generous help to Pakistan. Prime Minister says it is vital to promote programs that aim at nurturing entrepreneurship and innovation in areas that are critical to our socio-economic development. In a tweet today, he said the Prime Minister's National Innovation Award celebrates the potential of our youth to offer creative ideas that can be translated into impactful ventures. He said out of 20,000 applicants, 100 brilliant young people have been awarded with a cash grant of 160 million rupees. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan telephoned Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and expressed grief and sorrow over the tragic deaths of Pakistanis in a boat sinking accident in Mediterranean Sea near Greece. Recep Tayyip Erdogan extended his condolences to the bereaved families on behalf of Turkish government and people. The Turkish president prayed for the departed souls. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari today had a useful telephonic conversation with Foreign Minister of Greece V. Kesherlis. According to Foreign Office, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari discussed the tragic ferry disaster off the coast of Greece with his Greece Foreign Minister. During the conversation, the two sides agreed to closely work together to facilitate Pakistanis in distress and for the identification and repatriation of retrieved bodies. The 5th Pakistan-Russia bilateral political consultation was held in Islamabad today. According to Foreign Office, it was co-chaired by Foreign Secretary Asad Majid Khan and Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Rokando. The two sides exchanged views on regional and global developments, discussed cooperation at multilateral fora, including the United Nations and Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and agreed to further fortify bilateral ties. President Dr. Arif Alvi has underscored the need to focus on economic and trade diplomacy to enhance the country's exports. He made the remarks while talking separately to Pakistan's ambassador designate to Denmark and the High Commissioner designate to Rwanda in Islamabad today. The president said increasing exports and foreign investment can help Pakistan overcome its economic crisis. This is Radio Pakistan. The British Minister of State in Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Andrew Mitchell, has assured continuous support and assistance of his government to Pakistan. He gave this assurance during a virtual meeting with Finance Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar today. Ishaq Dar apprised Andrew Mitchell about the progress on IMF talks with Pakistan on the 9th review. He informed that Pakistan has completed all prior actions in time and is making continuous progress in terms of major economic indicators. During the meeting, Andrew Mitchell expressed deep sorrow and grief on the loss of lives of a huge number of Pakistani citizens in the recent boat capsizing incident in Greece. The British minister acknowledged that the government of Pakistan has been vigilant in bringing economic stability through various policy reforms. Pakistan and Bosnia and Herzegovina have reiterated their commitment to enhance bilateral relations in diverse fields. The resolve was made during a meeting between Speaker National Assembly Raja Parvez Ashraf and the Ambassador of Bosnia and Herzegovina Sakib Fornik in Islamabad today. During the meeting, both sides vowed to further enhance parliamentary exchanges and explore new avenues for collaboration in diverse areas. The Saudi government organized a Grand Hajj Symposium in Jeddah today to discuss Hajj arrangements and the implementation of modern facilities for the intending pilgrims in Makkah Mukarramah. Minister for Religious Affairs Talha Mahmood also attended the symposium chaired by the Imam of Kaaba, Sheikh Dr. Abdul Rahman Al Sodais. Addressing the gathering, Sheikh Dr. Abdul Rahman Al Sodais extended a heartfelt welcome to honorable guests of Allah Almighty on the sacred land of Hijaz. He emphasized that Makkah would be a gracious host to millions of pilgrims arriving from every corner of the world. After the symposium, Talha Mahmood met with the Saudi Minister of Hajj and Umrah and the Imam of Kaaba. They exchanged good wishes and expressed their commitment to strengthen bilateral relations between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. The caretaker Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has approved the budget of over 462 billion rupees for next 4 months of fiscal year 2022, 2023, 2024. The budget was approved in the cabinet meeting with caretaker Chief Minister Muhammad Azam Khan in the chair. Later, talking to media in Peshawar this afternoon, advisor to caretaker Chief Minister on Finance Himayatullah said that 309 billion rupees have been set aside for the settled districts and 40 billion rupees for the merged districts in the budget. He said the government has allocated more than 51 billion rupees for settled areas while 80.6 billion rupees for merged districts under the annual development program. U.S. Ambassador Donald Bloom visited multi-purpose Gomalzam Dam in South Waziristan district today. U.S. Ambassador was accompanied by Chairman of Water and Power Development Authority Lieutenant General retired Sajjad Ghani and Secretary Agriculture Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Muhammad Javed Marwat. On the occasion, he said the U.S. government is proud of its $130 million collaboration with Pakistan on the Gomalzam multipurpose dam project. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian state terrorism spanning over past 34 years has forced over 40,000 people to abandon their homes and live a refugee life away from their motherland. A report released by Kashmir Media Service on the World Refugee Day today said hundreds of thousands of Muslims in Jammu alone are expelled by Dogra army and Hindu fanatics in 1947. Similarly, over 3.5 million people took refuge in Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan, and in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world. Israeli forces have martyred 3 Palestinians and wounded 28 others during a raid on the flashpoint town of Jenin in occupied West Bank. Jenin's Deputy Governor Kamal Abu Al-Rob told AFP that the army stormed the Jenin refugee camp after the dawn prayer. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced schedule of 2-match test series against Sri Lanka. The first cricket test will be played at Gale from 16th of next month, while the second match will be played from 24th of next month at Colombo. Babar Azam will lead Pakistan squad in both matches. And finally, the weather. Very hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, dust, thunderstorm, rain is expected in East Balochistan, Kashmir and adjoining areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.